has always continued to purify without limits. Just like purify countlessly, endlessly, constantly. Disengage in a way that is countless, that is endless, that is boundless. Disengage in a way that is not limited to itself. This will continue to purify samsara constantly. Purify through the emptiness constantly. Purify through sunyata constantly. Disengage in a way without limits, countlessly, endlessly, in the way that is not just disengaging, that has nothing within disengaging. Disengage in the way that is countless, that is endless, that is boundless. In this way, awakening and dispersing will purify all and everything simultaneously, constantly purifying through the awakening, through brightening, through the emptiness. Disengage in the way that is not limited to itself, that has no identification within itself. Non-attachment without limits, countlessly, endlessly. With this, it will purify without traces, continuously. Awakening or brightening, continue with this to purify samsara constantly. No need to rush. There is no purification. There is just the projection that is formed up there. Open up completely. Disengage in the way that has no limits. Disengage without limits. Step back completely from itself. Disengage from itself completely as well. Let there be some more strength. Step back completely as well. Otherwise, always sluggish, like so weakened inward. Step back from the stepping back itself without taking in the awakening. Use the reminder as well. Awakening without grasping for the awakening. In this way, the parami, the perfection, will be brightening simultaneously. Step back from the stepping back itself. Have more strength. Go ahead. Absolutely. Otherwise, one will just be carried away, being sluggish, drifting. It's a waste of time. Give it absolute. You can do it with other things, so when it's absolute, it will turn into breaking through without limits, purifying without limits instantly. This is not in the way of being sluggish and drifting like this, or being ordinary like this. It's not okay. There is no strength in blessing at all. Purify constantly the beingness within yourself. Step back from the stepping back itself completely. No grasping on its own completely. Use this thought more constantly. Give it absolutely. With the samsara, without strength for blessing is impossible. You're going to be attacked only. You will cry. You will cry. Open up completely simultaneously with the essence. Disengage from disengagement itself without grasping for itself. Step back from the stepping back itself absolutely. Let's not just opening. Go beyond opening. Step back from the stepping back itself. Even open up completely, it will be beyond itself. It's not just going around and around in widening out. Go beyond it. Discard, the discarding itself is already opening. Automatically, it will be beyond opening. Stepping back on its own, the awakening that is there, it will be beyond itself automatically. The dispersing that is there will be beyond itself automatically. No grasping on its own completely. The opening will be beyond itself automatically. This will turn into the essence that has no boundaries, that is limitless. With everything, just give it absolute. This is not to be fully with anything else. Just step back completely and fully from itself. Disengage, stepping back from itself completely. Give no significance and meanings within the non-attachments completely. Automatically there will be purification without limits for samsara. Otherwise it will not be called great compassion. Therefore, the word completely or absolutely is the power of Samabat, Nirod Samabat, purifying samsara, is the kind of blessing. It's not the kind of getting in, getting out for this kind of meditative absorption. It is for blessing samsara. Step back completely from itself. Every word is total cutting. Resolute in cutting totally to help samsara. Therefore, you need to give it absolutely. Gates of perceptions opening without closing, not blocking them. They will have the role to connect with samsara in the way of purification, not in the way of being specific for the sake of themselves, for the sake of the gates of perceptions. They are just a medium for the blessing to purify to the emptiness, to the extinction. By passing through this vessel in the way of purifying to the emptiness. Disengage in the way that has no meanings in it completely. Let there be strength, the strength of Samabat to purify samsara is the kind of for the blessing, not the kind of getting in and getting out of Samabat. Samabat for sharing. Samabat of the great compassion child. Therefore, has to proceed simultaneously with everything. This is not a kind of Samabat within itself, to get in and get out of itself. It is a kind of sharing. It is a kind of the great compassion to be proceeded simultaneously with samsara, with everything. This is called the purification of the distinction that is given simultaneously, non-attachment that has no identification, to be proceeded simultaneously with everything. Give it completely and absolutely. When it's weakened, it's irritating. Why being obsessed to be old even before the age? Sluggish. Otherwise, it will not be called great compassion. Need to be absolute. This need not to be stuck with just pets, cats and dogs. You and me, what kind of great compassion is that? Give it absolute. Huh? Proceed simultaneously. Disengage in the way that has nothing within it, simultaneously and absolutely. To be obsessed with just limited, being limited is irritating. Any day that Dong Paul gives total cutting for us, it seems like we have no power to yield to total cutting within the entanglements. Therefore, Dong Paul has to help us with the reflection. Each sentence is the sentence of total cutting for samsara. Even stepping back from itself as well. It has to be proceeded with everything absolutely. That's all. All realms, the low realms, the medium realms will be pulled up. The power of pulling up. Go beyond big heart. Let's not be stuck with just this kind of heart, that kind of heart, here and there. Let's not be stuck with just the heart of the giants, the heart of Brahma, or humans or non-humans' hearts. Let's not be stuck with just the heart of the lower realms, the heart of humans or non-humans. Let's not be stuck with just the mind in this way or that way. Disengage in a way that has no identification in it. No grasping, even for the non-grasping itself, absolutely. Any sentence is total cutting for samsara. Any sentence is the great compassion to purify samsara. Just give it absolute. Disengage even from itself completely, absolutely. You can use this as well. You can use any sentences. The thing is that it's just not absolute. Being obsessed with just tea and coffee. No grasping on its own is to be given absolutely, simultaneously with all the gates of perceptions inside and outside. With this, it will be truly blessing accordingly. Not to follow blessing, the essence will be the blessing accordingly. That means that every moment, every step, anywhere you are, is blessing accordingly, so that you not be engrossed with following to bless. Every moment, child, endless, countless, sharing the essence without limits. all the time, without limits, countless and endless at all times, penetrate through at all times. No grasping for the non-grasping itself at all times, child. Penetrate through with the boundlessness, countlessly, endlessly at all times. That's the great compassion. Continue with the absolute. This era is the beginning of Dhamma civilization already. What is the foundation? It is Nirodha and Nibbana. It is not Sila, Samadhi and wisdom as they thought. Instead, it is the foundation of Nirodha and Nibbana only. Not mindfulness, concentration and wisdom as a foundation. Don't create conditions within belief values of opinions. Have to be mindfulness, concentration and wisdom in this way or that way. This is realms of existence in itself. Being obsessed to create delusive attachment to the well, to be fixated. Grasping that is overlaying the non-grasping. That is not era of civilization of Dharma. It is instead the destruction of karma. Non-attachment on its own, giving up on its own, is the foundation in this era of Dhamma civilization. That's why it's collective civilization in that era. This is not what they have practiced and done or grasped, not in the way that they have created and manifested. That's not the way at all. That which is not attached even for the non-attachment itself, no grasping even for the non-grasping itself. Being obsessed to deludedly creating something to be fixated for so much, to practice, to develop so much, to be obsessed with significance and meanings until it becomes samsara of dharma, of karma, totally. It's not called the era of Dharma civilization. Instead, it's destruction of karma. Grasping for even mindfulness, concentration, contemplation, meditative power, wisdom, path to the enlightenment, nibbana, and everything. Grasping for everything. This is the era of karma destruction. Leading to create belief values and values until it becomes slave of values, slave to values. Leading to belief values until it becomes suffering within the values, suffering within the beliefs, always suffering because of grasping for the belief, grasping for the values. Give up the giving up itself, child. Why being deluded to giving up something on and on? Everything is anicca and anatta all the same. No fixation in itself all the same. Why being deludedly to give up something, discard or discard not? Being deluded to create a path, letting go of itself so that there is no delusion to deludedly letting go of anything, letting go of the letting go itself instead. Disengage to itself instead so that there is no delusion to disengage or not. Non-attachment is on its own so that there is no delusion to just not attach or try to not attach. Non-attached in the way that has nothing within it. No is not even know itself thoroughly. Nothing will be left within yes or no. Proceed simultaneously with this essence absolutely. Every sentence is the sentence of total cutting for samsara. Is the sentence of the Mahakaruna in purifying through the extinction the emptiness totally. Therefore, give it absolutely.